Yes. See this motion for default dissolution of marriage? Yes. Uh-huh. That's actually a contempt of court. Yes. And then the issuance of the dissolution of marriage? Yeah. That happens to be against the law. Poop. Now, I mentioned that for every time he had a court hearing, I did not get notice or opportunity to be heard. Yes. Now, I just wanted to see, yes, the parent locator services, the federal parent locator services. Yeah. Could you could you get me every parent that's being located? Yeah. See, this morning we were talking a little bit about ransomware. Yes. And how some employees of small local governments had an idea that it was some sort of spam from Nigeria or something. Yes. But it involves an immense amount of sophistication to be able to, well, what do they call it when you lock up all the files? Ransomware. You don't. Let me see here. It's some sort of encryption. Yes. Why don't you get me the encryption of child support services? Ooch. And then each and every employee that has to, yes, report to the federal government, every new employee. See, the requirements of the employers to report all new hires to their state's child support enforcement agency. Somehow I think Homeland Security's in the background. Pooch. Now, a lot of the employees of Homeland Security were asking themselves, well, really, you shouldn't go to the military, you should go to Homeland Security. But for every time I emailed, see something, say something, yes, they all said I was crazy. Poop. Now, I mentioned that I did not think we needed Homeland Security. Yes. Why don't you get me your hard drives, ooch, and your personal electronics, ooch, and then get me all the encryption software of Homeland Security that thought we were going German? Now, let's say you tried to dissuade local governments from working with the United States military. See, it's your jurisdiction to have any sort of cyber terrorism or cyber attack legislation. My thought was you were absolutely unnecessary because of a little event that took place in 2001. Do you remember when they attacked the World Trade Center? Homeland Security did not exist before that terrorist attack. Yes. Then in 2003, you came into being. Yes. And then all of a sudden, we're all taking our shoes off, walking through the naked body scanners. Yes. And then you're setting up walls at the southern half or the southern part of the United States. Yes. I thought we could do away with the whole infrastructure because it was all caused because of terrorist attack on the United States of America. Now we know that, don't we, architects and engineers? Yes, we do. We remember going to Iraq looking for the weapons of mass destruction. Yes, we remember the $1 trillion that was spent in fighting wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yes, and we remember all the money that Homeland Security spent for the last, oh, well, it was 2003. It's been approximately 16 years that you've been in existence. Now, my thought was that would get rid of you. Now, I'm going to need to know all your encryption software as employees of Homeland Security. That would be the Secret Service of the United States government. Yes, the United States Coast Guard. Do you remember when I told the Coast Guard right now? And then there's that little group of individuals known as Border Patrol. You know, before Homeland Security used to be somewhat autonomous. Somebody, yes, tried to get the United States population to believe, yes, that they should not inform the military anytime they suspect a terrorist attack on the United States of America. Now, I'm completely in disagreement with all this. Anytime somebody tries to rip off, well, really anybody, but any city, any county, any tribal reservation, or any state, I immediately think the army should get them and put them in the fucking prison right now.